Christmas hat for St. Patrick's story?
Well, because my head is cold.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
You know what doesn't make sense?
Oh, hey, Green Bear.
Hey, Green Bear. You know what doesn't make sense? That I, Green Bear, am not the one introducing the St. Patrick's Day story, because everybody knows that I'm the official St. Patrick's Day bear. But, Green Bear, you're my brother. So, but you're not Irish. We're not Irish. Regardless of what that red bear is saying, who I barely know, I am the official bear of St. Patrick's Day, so welcome to Shannon and the World's Tallest Leprechaun!
All right, guys, here we go. Let's read about this tall leprechaun, who's apparently different, I guess, from all the other leprechauns. It's from Albert Whitman and Company, one of my favorite publishers. Shannon loved to step dance. Shannon, now that is a classic Irish name. Shannon loved to step dance, but she didn't think she looked like an Irish step dancer. Other girls had fancy wigs, and she curled her own hair for competitions. Other girls had expensive dresses from Ireland. Shannon's mom had made her dress. Now, Shannon, I have to say, that looks like a very beautiful dress and a very beautiful green. What are you worried about, lassie? Well, other girls had brand new shoes. Shannon had an old second-hand pair with scuffs no amount of shining could cover. It was 3 days before the St. Patrick's Day step dance contest held at the Irish American Heritage Center. Now, Shannon didn't think she'd win, but she was practicing anyway when, with a loud, sharp crack, the heel snapped off of her left shoe. Oh no! This is terrible. She knew her mom and dad couldn't afford to buy her new shoes, but how could she enter the contest with a broken heel? This is a crisis. I don't know what's going to happen. Shall we find out? It was hopeless. But nothing is really hopeless, so hang on with me. Blinking back tears, Shannon went outside to throw her shoes in the garbage. Suddenly, she remembered something her dad had told her once when she was sad. If you close your eyes and counted backward in Gaelic, the ancient Irish language, a leprechaun might appear to grant a wish. Well, there was nothing to lose. Shannon closed her eyes and counted. Oh boy, this is going to be rough, okay? Because I don't speak the ancient Irish language of Gaelic, so I'll try. A hocht, a siacht, a se, a quig, a sefer, a tree, a do, a Juan. Sounds like Juan. She opened her eyes. Oh! Ba, ba, ba! Standing before her was a bearded man wearing a shoemaker's leather apron. He looked just like she imagined a leprechaun would, except that he wasn't a wee man. You must be 6 feet tall, she blurted. If you must know, the man said, I'm 5'11". I am Liam, the world's tallest leprechaun. Liam, the world's tallest leprechaun. 5'11" is very tall for a leprechaun. It's tall for, well, pretty much any kind of person. Are you really a leprechaun? Shannon asked. Sounds like she's suspicious because he's so tall. Yes, Liam said, exasperated. I get that all the time. Are you sure you're a leprechaun? You're way too big to be a leprechaun. But let's get down to business. Because your captain has summoned me here, I'm obligated to grant you 3 wishes. 1 each day for the next 3 days. Ooh, he's like a leprechaun genie. Ho, ho, ho. Well, Shannon thought for only a moment. I wish for a brand new step dance outfit. A wig, a beautiful dress, and shoes with heels that don't break off. A wig? A dress? The leprechaun scoffed. What do those have to do with dancing? But a shoe. You do need that. Give me your broken one. I'll show you how to take care of the perfectly fine stuff you already have. Okay, all right. So he's going to help her conserve her wishes for more valuable things. I like that. So he took the shoe. Remember, he's wearing a leather apron of a cobbler, a shoe fixer-upper. So he took the shoe, pulled a hammer and nail from his apron, and drove a nail through the heel and into the sole. Then he said, now you try. So Shannon pounded in another nail. Tunk, tunk, tunk. Good as new, even better, the leprechaun said. That's your first wish. Now, before Shannon could protest that having her shoe repaired wasn't her wish at all, Liam had vanished. Where did that tall leprechaun run off to? At dinner, Shannon was, very quiet. Oh, I'd be jabbering up about my adventures of the day. Now, her mother asked, "What's wrong?" "Well," and her dad laughed. Wait. Her mother asked her what's wrong. And then Shannon asked, "What do leprechauns look like?" Well, Dad laughed. "Well," he said, "they're usually drawn with beards." "They're also pretty small," her mom added. "Maybe a foot high?" So how could that tall person be a leprechaun? Shannon wondered. What are they having here? Looks like some kind of a swirly thing. Maybe, spaghetti. We're having spaghetti with some kind of meat sauce. Or is that pesto? I can't tell. After school the next day, look who's back. Shannon rushed to the backyard. Would the leprechaun return? She was about to count backwards in Gaelic when, boom, there he was, wagging his finger in her face. "No need to count again," he said grumpily. Oh, I guess he's cranky today. "I'm a leprechaun who does what he says he'll do. Let's have that second wish, lass." Well, Shannon was ready. I mean, she'd had a full 24 hours now to process this and think about it. "I wish I were a great Irish step dancer." Did you know the best way to get better at something is to teach someone else how to do it?" demanded Liam. "This afternoon you'll be showing me how to dance." Now, it was Shannon who was grumpy. Look at those crossed arms and that crossed face. "Don't you ever just grant wishes? Does everyone have to work so hard?" "I'm no fairy godmother," Liam said. "I grant wishes in a proper manner." Liam glowered at her. That's a glower. "I know I'm very tall, but I'm the best leprechaun that ever was. How I look doesn't matter. How I grant wishes does. Now, show me how to dance." Okay, I see. He's not exactly like the genie. He doesn't just grant it right outright. I see where he's going with this. He's forcing her to achieve certain things and learn things by herself. Like she just learned how to fix her own shoe. Did you realize that? Okay, moving on. So, on the patio, nice big airy patio, in the cool March air, Shannon started the leprechaun's dance lesson. She showed him how to hold his arms at his sides and keep his head high and his back straight. Well, he's not so straight, but she definitely is. And let's see here. Then she demonstrated a simple treble jig. "Floor, knee, hop back, 2, 3, 4, she called. So it's floor, knee, hop back, 2, 3, 4. Got that? Oh, look at that. The poor leprechaun is dropping his shoe fixing tools everywhere. At first, Liam danced like a rag doll, his limbs going every which way. But after a long, grueling practice, they were dancing together. Look at that, in perfect time. Look at this. It's like a river dance. I think that's the best I've ever danced," Shannon said, out of breath. "Ha! What did I tell you about teaching, lass? It's great practice." So Shannon closed her eyes and wiped some of that sweat from her face. And when she opened her eyes, guess what? Bring! Liam was gone. But he's coming back because there's a third wish. Shannon ran into the house. "If you met a leprechaun, what would you wish for?" she asked her dad. "Gold, of course," her father said. "Leprechauns are supposed to hide a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow." Why all the questions about leprechauns? "Oh, St. Patrick's Day and all," Shannon said at last. The next day, Liam appeared once again in the backyard. Right away, Shannon asked, "Do you have a pot of gold buried at the end of the rainbow?" "Aye, it's true," Liam said. "Did you Google me or something?" The leprechaun knows about Google. That's funny. Is it within the rules for me to wish for some of your gold?" "'Tis, and if you practice some more tomorrow on St. Patrick's Day, you will have some," he said, grinning. Again, the leprechaun and Shannon danced together. When Liam disappeared, for the first time, Shannon felt she could win. So suddenly it doesn't matter about her dress or the wig or how shiny her shoes are. She's feeling optimistic because why? She practiced. All right. Well, it's St. Patrick's Day and it was drizzling. as Shannon walked confidently to the Irish American Heritage Center. But when she saw Bridget in her fine curly wig, Colleen in her fancy dress, and Meg in her new hard shoes, Shannon began to lose heart. No, not so fast, girl. She just didn't look like a step dancer. No, silly girl. You don't look like these step dancers, but you look like you as a step dancer. It was her turn to dance. Take a deep breath. This is the big performance moment. Look at everybody out there in the rain. Okay. She went on stage with only her own curls, wearing her homemade dress and scuffed up hard shoes. No one can see the scuffs, by the way. Now it was raining even harder. Ugh, what was the point? She looked out at the crowd. There were her mom and dad smiling at her. This must be them right here with the camera, ready to go. She gave them a little smile back. Then she saw the leprechaun. His silly hat towered over the crowd, and he winked at her. Do you see him? Do you see him? Do you see it? Is that him? Is that him? I think that's him right there. Right there, the tall one. He kind of standing out, right? That's him, right? Right. Or is that him? No, that's not him. He doesn't have a beard. This guy, back here. Okay. Shannon took a deep breath. Oh, I think I needed that too. I'm nervous. If Liam could grant wishes, looking nothing like a leprechaun, maybe she could dance in her old shoes. After all, she thinks she looks nothing like a step dancer. So. When the violinist started to play, Shannon thought only about dancing. Her curls bounced, her dress swirled, and her shoes thumped. She danced the most beautiful treble jig she had ever danced. Suddenly, the rain stopped. The sun broke through the clouds. Shannon curtsied, and the crowd cheered. Someone shouted, "Brilliant! Brilliant!" She knew it was Liam, the supersized leprechaun. When Shannon won first prize, baby, she caught sight of a rainbow arcing across the sky. It seemed to point right, ding, to the shiny medal hanging around her neck. So this was the leprechaun's gold. Remember she wished for the gold? She didn't know it would come in this form, but it's pretty awesome. She looked for Liam in the crowd, but he had vanished. Oh no. Goodbye, Liam. He had vanished once more. But she could have sworn she heard him whisper in her ear, "Happy St. Patrick's Day, Shannon." The end. Oh man, that was awesome. Well, guys, what did you think?
Oh, I loved it. I love the pot of gold. I love how she won what she wanted. And also,
yes, what else?
Because he made her learn stuff.
What are you wearing, Green Bear?
Well, my hair was gold, and I had this green turban, so I figured St. Patrick's Day. Well, if he can wear a Santa Claus hat, I can wear a green turban, can I? Because my head's gold. It makes sense to me. Yeah, I thought so, right? Did you like the story? Yeah. I mean, really, that tall leprechaun, he made her work for it, didn't he?
Yeah, he really did make her work for it.
Yeah, no easy grand wishing, but I guess, taught her a valuable lesson.
Well, what do you think that lesson was?
Well, I think that he taught her that you have to work hard if you want to make your wishes come true. Like she wanted to dance and win, well, but she just couldn't poof, snap, and make a wish and make it happen. She had to work hard and practice to become the best dancer. Yeah, and then he also taught her some valuable cobbling skills, because if her parents can't afford to buy her shoes, it's a good idea to be able to fix your own dance heel. Yeah, you never know when else that might come in handy. Maybe for the next St. Patrick's Day competition. Yeah, you just never know. Shoes are unpredictable. Well, I'm good here. Oh, well, I hope that you enjoyed this KidTime StoryTime, kid.
Yes, and I hope that you have a wonderful St. Patrick's Day.
Yay!
See you next time, kid, on Hit It.
KidTime StoryTime. I decided to sing it.
It was very nice.
Thanks.